Our final best of 2 of the day. And let's take it back over to the personal cam for a moment. How you doing, chat? So good to see you, as always. I've been here the whole time. Hat didn't come off. You know the drill. You guys make sure of that. As we go into the draft right now, they got started a little bit quicker than I was anticipating. Coming in here, we're waiting on our draft screen to get updated a bit. Do not be fooled, friends, in the chat. This is not three-legged gaming. Three-legged cat. Three-legged gaming. This is not three-legged cat versus Masters Clash Academy. This is, in fact, Bang Bush on our left side versus Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming is a team that has several eyes on them, full of many members of the former HGC scene. By my count, 4. I believe every member except Azerite participated in European HGC. And not only that, these were some of the most dominant players of their time right here. For Granit Gaming, it's never been a question of their peak, it's been a question of their recent experience and ability to gel with one another.
I think they go into lands and all that fun stuff.
Hey, going to lands.
Some bonding.
Yeah, it's certainly one way to build the old team cohesion. Azerite picking up the Hanzo first pick. Again, for Granit Gaming, not Masters Clash Academy. I'm going to see if we can get a quick transition to try and refresh this really quick. We see over here the standings have been updated. Masters Clash Academy now having 6 points. And we're still waiting on that draft update. We'll get it sooner or later, chat.
Rhaegar Junkrat picked up by, is that Bang Bush? That must be Bang Bush.
It is indeed Bang Bush. Do not be fooled by the fact that they have 2 former Granit Gaming members on their team with GG at the start of their names. It's pretty interesting, okay? So here we have 6 players with GG at the start of their names, and of those 6, only 4 of them are actually playing for Granit Gaming.
Wait a minute. I think... Didn't Spamgrada also play for Granit Gaming too?
He did indeed, but his name does not say it. Instead, it says
yeah, his name
Storm.
doesn't have GG.
It was indeed a thing. Vazamasti in my chat saying, you could reasonably argue Wubby was the greatest HOTS player of all time. I honestly think that there is a solid few different players in that argument. Wubby's certainly up there. Reset also, of course, everybody's going to say Rich. You've got a lot of strong players in the history of Heroes of the Storm. Mephisto gonna be banned out on the side of Bang Bush. Mephisto, not exactly unheard of on Infernal Shrines, but certainly could be a specific little flavor for the side of Granit Gaming right here. Granit Gaming, the currently number 3 overall rated team. I'm just confirming they're in fact number 4, 1 point behind Bang Bush. If Granit Gaming is able to 2-0 this series, they will leapfrog over Bang Bush into the number 3 spot. If Bang Bush is able to prevent that from happening, either taking the series 2-0 for themselves or tying it up 1-1, Bang Bush will retain their position as the number 3 team. Bang Bush currently 4 points behind Oxygen Esports, so even if they get the 3 points necessary to take the series in a 2-0, even if they get the 3 points resulting from that, they will not be able to overtake Oxygen, but they will be able to creep up on them. Both teams playing for that number 3 spot right here, right now.
We got the Haka Junkrat that often results in the mine into a tongue into death if the Haka's down there.
Ooh-wee.
We got the
Let's
hammer,
go! We got Sergeant Hammer being picked up by Poik, gonna be supported by Smexy on that Bright Wing. Sergeant Hammer meta is alive and well, folks, in 2022 Masters Clash. Normally we see it from Oxygen, but they got it banned around this time around. And now Poik gonna be on that Hammer, and Lobber bringing it to us on the Stitches.
I think Granit Gaming has the tools to deal with the Junkrat and the Stitches. But once you get hooked into a Junkrat trap, you are probably dead.
That's always the question with the Stitches comp, right?
Yeah.
As much as you can talk about the strategy, and it certainly goes into it, Stitches does not solely come down to just, oh, do you land hooks? or any of that, but to an extent, there is a bit of the chaos factor of, do the hooks land? And if the hooks land, then oftentimes the Stitches team looks really, really solid. It's pretty rare that you're landing a lot of big hook gorge plays and not getting value, unless, of course, you're three-legged cat in our very most recent game that we just saw, missing out on the opportunity for multiple gorge kills in that middle fort. Had to just be kicking themselves in the foot when that happened. But now we are going into game 1 of our 4th series of the day. Final series, there's only going to be this game and one more game after this, regardless of the results. Let's go ahead and slide on into there. Right now, we are looking at Bangbush on the left side of your screen. Swamp Grota going to be playing that Haka. Lobber on Stitches. Skoog on Junkrat. Henning going to be playing Regar. And Bisheepus, according to Porky, or Bishops, on Bangbush. Who do we have on the members of Granit Gaming, FullOnGritz?
We've got Pollock on Hammer, Wubby on Lorik. Is that?
Ooh. That's going to be Azurite. Azurite is what that's short for.
Yeah.
Azurite is playing Hanzo. And Smexy's playing Pause.
Breeze is on Johanna.
Pause is, in fact, not the hero Smexy is playing. It is Brightwing. But we are waiting.
Smexy is, in fact, on Brewing, pausing the game.
Indeed. We're waiting to see what these players do at the start of the game. Note here, Lobber and Skoog not opting for a straightforward rush down mid approach, but instead setting up a bit of a flank right here. Both teams are ready to resume the action. There's the countdown, and we're getting back into it. First blood always on the mind of any Stitches team as Lobber moves forward right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get some value bottom with the early game Sylve Black Arrow and immediately walk out as soon as they threaten.
Lobber taking a lot of damage in the meantime, but gets the massive Devour to heal himself back up, shrugging off that damage from the members of Granit Gaming. Poik now aggressively clearing out this bottom lane with the siege mode. Will cancel it and step on back. Both teams trying to get any advantage that they can in the laning phase. Breeze and Bishops just kind of walking past each other for a moment. Maybe didn't exactly see each other right at the start here. Poik scouting the bush. Lobber not finding the hook.
I will say the one thing you can't really account for on Stitches is blind hooks, because blind hooks are usually, it's all about game feel, and the enemy team don't have time to react to it. So that's, when you see those land, that's usually why. is because the other team just, they see the hook for the smallest fraction of a second.
Lobber landing the hook onto Poik, but will get immediately booped away as Poik gets booped also as well, but receives the phase shift, and no fear gets into the siege mode right away, right in the faces of Bangbush, winning this damage trade as Lobber is quite low, will be forced to back off here and tap his healing fountain. And now Skoog already starting the pressure onto this bottom siege camp, dropping that concussion mine onto the capture point. He doesn't want to give this up, but Skoog taking a lot of poke damage in the meantime, and Lobber's hook does not land.
I do not see Granit Gaming being able to step up on this, but they should win the poke game overall this game.
Now Bangbush with the help of their siege camp right there, as we see Smexy concussion mined to the side. So far some damage being traded back and forth. Skoog dropping pretty low in that backline yet again. At this point, Granit Gaming going to freely clear out their bottom siege. Both teams going to be thinking about bruiser camps here sometime soon. Henning now already running to it. Will probably be joined by Skoog. And some damage pressure coming out onto Wubby. Skoog actually heading to the bot lane, so expect to see Bishops wander over and help out Henning with this bruiser camp. Similar idea from Azurite here on their bruiser camp. Both teams wanting to take it leading into objective number 1.
I think we're going to see... Oh, that's just scouting by the Joe. They're just doing laps between top and mid right now.
I think Joe actually got tongued right there, but hit the self-interrupt onto Swamp's tongue. Ooh, Lobber's hook does not land onto Breeze, who's still taking a lot of damage. Breeze dropping just barely below 250 HP. If the hook had landed, certainly a kill opportunity for Bangbush, but first blood yet to be achieved for either team. 3 minutes into this game. Hammer now starting to rotate up out of bot lane and into mid. Wubby will get zoned out, and Hammer just going to take a moment and just stay and park in mid lane. Not interested in rotating all the way across the map without a mount.
I wonder if we'll see the double soak from the Hammer here.
And Hammer is indeed heading to bot lane, looking to soak 2 lanes. The members of Granit Gaming trying to contest this objective. Both teams 4-on-4. JOHANNA is able to dig in at any time and make this a 5-on-4, and we do indeed see it right there from JOHANNA. Breeze getting pressured out by the members of Bangbush, and Swampgrota's tongue does not connect. Wubby Ace also able to Wraithwalk right on out of there. He's going to be just fine. And still only 5 Guardians away for the side of Granit Gaming. They want to finish off this objective if they can, but they're in deep at the moment. Hold on, Wubby taking a lot of damage. Breeze is actually first to go down, followed by Azerite, followed by Smexy, followed by Wubby. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's a quad kill in favor of Bangbush. They do lose this first objective, but if you ask me, I'll take those 4 kills any day of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, I see Bangbush getting more value. Well, actually, the unforeseen Hammer is always a problem, though.
Swampgrota hitting the Lurker Strain, trying to boop out Poik, but Poik able to boop him back. Is able to buy themselves some time. A full level lead now secured in the early game for the members of Bangbush. Getting some pressure onto Wubby as he backs off. And now, do we see any hint of aggression here? Any hint of an invade? Breeze in the middle of multiple members of Bangbush. Wouldn't surprise me to see a hook come out from Lobber sometime soon. Level 10 being thought about as Swampgrota lands the tongue onto Wubby. Now back over to mid lane. This is going to be a free clear of Bangbush's siege camp. However, Bangbush taking the neutral in the meantime. Level 10 advantage has been secured.
I'll say the boop from Lurker Strain is one of my favorite uses of that talent. It does a surprising amount of damage and has that like little bit of CC that you don't expect out of JOHANNA outside of the tongue.
As there's a little bit of exchange happening in the bottom lane, Bangbush taking an opportunity as Swampgrota actually lands the tongue onto Wubby. This is going to be a phase shift, barely buying him the time to survive. He dropped very, very low in that meantime, but Wubby will survive. Level 10 almost achieved for the members of Granit Gaming. Not a massive utilization of the heroic talent tier advantage for the members of Bangbush. And now they would love to get some presence here in this bot side. Poik getting aggressed on by Henning is going to boost her right on out of there. Nary a care in the world. They're going to be just fine. Oh, and that was a Dragon Strike going on to nobody under mid-fort as Lobber actually gorges JOHANNA. Wubby taking a lot of damage in the meantime. Breeze forced to use the Falling Sword in an attempt to escape. Isolation, though, as soon as he lands from Swampgrota. Azerite gets hooked by Lobber. He's going to be able to natural agility right on out of there. Wubby Wraith walking out.
This game's kind of silly. We're seeing both teams kind of taking turns ratting each other, which is hilarious between the Hammer and the Sylvanas.
Yeah, of course, those are two heroes that are going to take any little chance that they can to push down your lanes. Poik now using this tower and sidewall to block against the hook.
He's in hook range. Oh.
Siege tactics getting that unstoppable, blocking the hook, but it's not going to prevent the members of Bangbush from securing this fort right here, as 2 members of Granit Gaming on their Bruiser camp. Brightwing joining the action from Bruisers, leaving the Hanzo to go ahead and cap that off, leading into this next objective. In just a moment there, it's going to be from Azerite. Now the members of Granit Gaming sure to form up as 5 on this next objective.
I'll say since the well change, the biggest thing that has impacted me personally is the fact that Stitches can hook through the wells.
Oh yes, dude, I rant about it all the time. I say, hey, if you want to prevent people from sniping healing fountains, that's fine, I get it. I still think that the healing fountain should provide you some sanctuary and respite from Stitches, whose hooks are just so threatening now. Lobber walking up, attempted to find the Gorge play onto Poik, who did unstoppable it, and actually gets the Hanzo instead, but finds himself mid-entomb. Azerite able to jump right on out of there, thanks to a stellarly placed and timed entomb from Wubby. Dragon Strike not connecting onto much, and another hook gets blocked by Siege Tactics from Poik. 13 advantage for Bang Bush, but strong Shrine Clear advantage in favor of Granit Gaming.
It seems so easy for Granit to poke these objectives.
Yeah, when you have such long-range damage with that Hanzo Azerite just poking out non-stop.
They're dying, like Wubby's dying on it, but like they aren't ever going to lose these objectives unless they're all dead.
Ever is a strong word. Still now a full level lead in favor of Bang Bush, having just freshly picked up that kill onto Wubby. Now Poik getting a bit of free siege damage in the process right there. Hook landing onto Minion from Lobber, not exactly what he wanted. Immortal, Punisher, whatever it's called. John Cena himself gonna stun a few members of Bang Bush there in the bot lane.
Honestly,
now, what's up?
Svangrada top lane is getting so much value.
Yep, we see a strong top lane push right there with Svamp getting that split push pressure. They would love to get next objective to be top lane pressure out onto that keep if possible. Concussion Mine gonna boot Breeze on out of there. Poik now hiding behind the fort, not trying to get hooked. Lobber missing the hook in the process. Ooh, next objective is top lane. I must point out that just popped up. So if Bang Bush can secure that top one, they can look to get a keep. And now Dragon Strike, Lobber actually walking out in front of it so he's not taking the damage. Gets the Gorge play onto Azerite. Beautiful positioning from Lobber to get the Gorge to punish Hanzo, self-rooting to cast that Dragon Strike. And it's a double kill in favor of Bang Bush. Lands the hook onto Poik from Lobber. Lobber boosting on out of there. Skoog! Oh! Bishop's looking for the Shadow Wave forward, plus Skoog concussion biting himself to get in range to convert the triple kill on to the members of Granit Gaming from Bang Bush, who are looking solid here in this game. A little over a 2-level lead at the moment.
Breeze
16
danger
hook not
here.
landing on the Breeze. Wow. Just
You
wow.
can't underestimate that Black Arrow.
Just
Team's just gonna not care about the fort.
Yep, your ability to dive. HOTS has always been a game where fort diving has just been a part of it. Even with Call for Help, the Nexus Anomaly, allowing the structures to reduce the armor of people who dive you, to specifically focus them if they hurt you. This is still largely a game about diving, especially, like you said, you hit the nail on the head, you've got black arrows, it allows you to play up the aggression.
Here
Hook
comes
over
the
the wall! Poik falling asleep for a moment right there as Lobber actually boxes him in.
Poik's not getting out of that corner.
What ×9 has been called from Azerite saying, everyone report our Sergeant Hammer player. Everyone, Gorge 1220 has been called by Poik, calling out that Gorge CD. I believe he's actually 10 seconds off and that it's 1210. Is when Gorge will be up regardless. You love to see it right there. The Lamau coming out from Lobber after landing that hook. And now Smexy attempting to escape at the moment using the Pixie Dust for the move speed. But Smexy is in deep with nothing to blink to. There's not even a hint of an ally at this point. They're just merely buying time for their teammates. Dying right there. A very unfortunately timed death for Smexy. And I gotta say, if you're Bang Bush, you're feeling amazing right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying with Stitches. Like, even if you have the tools to deal with it, if you can't see the hook coming, you're gonna get caught by it. There's just no way around it. If you have less than 1/10 of a second to react to it, you're pretty screwed.
In general, just the ability to launch skill shots and just any kind of ability from over walls and behind bushes is the hallmark of a successful Heroes of the Storm player. And I don't care what position you play. If you're playing from out of vision, around corners, behind bushes, over walls, this is all critical to literally every single role in Heroes of the Storm, and we see Lobber abusing it with that Stitches perfectly right then and there. Leoric in the meantime, Wubby taking out this bottom siege camp, and Hanzo and JOHANNA taking this out there, leaving 2 camps for the Haka to deal with. Hold on a second, Swamp actually interrupting Wubby's Hearth in the meantime, forcing Wubby to walk away from this one. I don't think Swamp is going to be able to catch him.
He's
Maybe
gonna
with
go
that
for the bush.
mishand.
He's gonna go for the bush. Oh.
And now with the Punisher here pushing on to top keep for the members of Bang Bush. This is a 4-on-4, soon to be 4-on-5 with the addition of the Leoric. Dahaka is not on the scene. The keep has been shut down by Sylvanas, but her Black Arrows is now starting to run out. At this point, this Immortal, this Punisher is losing a lot of HP. Not going to be able to 100% confirm this top keep. Wubby scouting out to see if he had an Entomb play. But a smart decision by Bang Bush to escape, to go ahead and say, hey, we didn't get the keep. That's fine. We can simply scale into level 20. The worst thing that could happen is getting entombed by Leoric. Let's just go ahead and leave. They do exactly that. And now level 20, very, very soon to be achieved for the members of Bang Bush.
They need to end the game. This is the point. This is the point where they look for it.
We see some rotations onto Wubby. Wubby had his Wraithwalk force, but here's Lobber waiting for him, and he has Gorge if they need it. Dahaka's on the scene. Gorge, not even a necessity. Wubby will get caught out and picked off in top lane, immediately leading in to a top keep siege.
Yep, they have a win condition through top as long as they've got that Black Arrow. All they need is 1 or 2 more picks. You're up 3 levels.
Hook does not land from Lobber as he fishes. And now with top keep open, at this point there is always an avenue for the members of Bang Bush to look to end. Ooh, the Sonic Arrow gonna scout out Lobber. Lobber's hook also getting intercepted by that sidewall in the meantime, even if he had not been scouted out. Breeze now looking to pick up some soak in this bot lane, but Breeze is very far away from any teammates, and the members of Bang Bush recognize this. They're looking for the pick.
Yep.
Ooh, tongue into concussion mine right there. Iron Skin from Johanna trying to buy some time, but this feels like exactly the same situation with Smexy being caught out in roughly the same area, all by their lonesome. They tried to soak bot wave with Brightwing, didn't work, got picked off. They tried to soak bot lane with Johanna, didn't work, got picked off again. And I just gotta point out something, Grits. I only just realized Granit Gaming doesn't even have a kill yet.
Nope. And And like right there, Joe did the right thing of trying to just to make space so that Bang Bush doesn't, you know, guarantee that they get another kill from somebody trying to save Joe and then just win the game. But Bang Bush just wants to win the game here. They want to get it before there's 20. Once you hit 20, I mean, they still have a ways to go, but there is potential for a win condition opening up bot lane for Granit Gaming if the game goes long enough. But Bang Bush knows that they just want to end the game at this point.
Bang Bush with the very quick invade of the enemy team siege camp while they maintain their level 20 advantage, hitting level 21 before the enemy team is even halfway through 19. That's another nearly instantly deleted siege camp, and they're going to go ahead and make it all 3, painting the bottom of the map blue, giving Granit Gaming a lot to deal with. In the meantime, they're just going to go ahead and speed run bottom shrine, get this cleared out, and try and end this game on the open core.
This is dangerous for Granit Gaming. They have to do it. They need their 20. They need to let them have this objective, but it is so dangerous.
Level 20 has been achieved on the side of Bang Bush. Now Lobber stepping up here looking for the hook, actually gets hooked, interrupted by the sidewall again. Not exactly what you're looking for there as you try to squeeze them out past the sidewalls, but this is a huge moment in this game. Level 20 has been achieved for both teams. This Punisher is threatening the core of Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming's got to hold on, hook misses. Johanna baiting out the Punisher jump right there with the Iron Skin, will be able to avoid getting CC chained down. And Swamp Grota is still just hitting this core in the meantime, lands the isolation onto just Johanna. The push pressure not stopping, core starting to take damage at this point as we see a buried alive onto multiple members of Bang Bush. Unfortunately, it can't lead to any kills. Core is below half HP, and Bang Bush has taken game number 1 in their series versus Granit Gaming.
Yeah, they had everything they needed. They I definitely understand the pressure they put on that bottom keep now for sure. That since objective was they probably saw objective was gonna spawn there by that point. After they got the pick on the Joe, they probably realized that that keep was free and it was gonna be open core for that objective at that point.
Yeah, when you're talking about Infernal Shrines, knowing the ability of where that next objective is going to be, that always informs where you're going to want your immediate push value, right? Because, hey, it's the early game. Oh, we know next objective is going to be mid. Let's take out mid so they won't have a healing fountain to help them secure it. It's the mid game. It's a similar deal. Oh, let's take out this fort so our Punisher can pressure onto the keep and hopefully get a keep. Oh, it's the late game? Let's take out the keep so that way the Punisher can go straight onto core. At virtually every stage of the game, that's such important information to be aware of. And let's go ahead and take a look at that post-game scoreboard right there.
And that's the thing, is the Punisher isn't that great at pushing by itself in general. Like the ice one is pretty good for disabling, you know, forts and whatever, but the main thing is that it enables your team to just push into the enemy team and look for picks and siege. The Punishers, they don't do it by themselves. They enable your team to do the work. So being able to clear those forts beforehand and having the map more open like that just guarantees that you're going to get that fight that you want.
What a game right there. I gotta say, I've seen some stomps, and this was not as stompy as them, but this is my first time seeing a Masters Clash game where one team does not get a kill. I don't think that's happened a single time yet so far here in my second weekend of casting Masters Clash. Even in some of our more one-sided games, we have our new lobby set up right here. Let's go ahead and see what our final map of the day is going to be. We are taking it to Towers of Doom right here. One of my personal favorite maps is going to be the final game of the day. Coming up, Bangbush versus Granit Gaming. Bangbush trying to take the 2-0, trying to push up right behind Oxygen Esports. They're still going to be number 3 in the standings, but they'll be, I believe, 1 point behind Oxygen Esports if Bangbush can take this 2-0. Otherwise, Granit Gaming wanting to even the series up right here.
Some would argue Towers of Doom is one of the best designed maps in all of gaming, and others would argue that it's the worst map in all.
Towers of Doom is a very polarizing map, but it seems to be overwhelmingly more loved than hated. Actually, that lobby, everybody abandoned that lobby. Is that perhaps the wrong choice? Nope, there's another lobby up. Still Towers of Doom. Still going to be the same thing right here.
Can't give up on Towers of Doom.
Of course, of course. Bangbush selecting both maps for this series here today. Bangbush now taking us to Towers of Doom, which of course means Granit Gaming will have first pick in our final game of the day.
Who picked? Oh, I guess. Who had the decision for whether or not they had map pick first game? Do you know? Or
I believe first game comes down, if I remember correctly, from when Fish, one of the competitors in here, told me in my Twitch chat. First game, one of the teams has home advantage, so to speak.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Okay, so they get to choose.
And now coming here into Towers of Doom for our last draft of the day. Chat, I'm going to throw some heroes at you. I will be amazed if I get more than one of these wrong in terms of picks and bans. We're going to see some Dehaka, some Blaze. I was going to say Hogger. You can't fault me for that one. I was going to get there. Some Dehaka, some Blaze. At minimum, a thought about a Brightwing. And some Junkrat and, dare I say, a Nubarak. I think that we're going to see all of those represented in some way or another as Stukov is banned out by Bangbush.
Just don't let the Junkrat through. Please. I personally think that we're in a map pick meta right now, and Junkrat's the only priority that you should absolutely get rid of. That is my personal opinion.
Well, they heard you saying that right there, as we see the Junkrat banned away by the members of Bangbush. Let's go ahead. Let's show me the rest of my predictions. Give me them in here, Granit Gaming, as they're looking at pick number 1. That's going to be a Dehaka. Did I call it or did I call it, chat? Nostradamus over here. I had to peer into my crystal ball to see what this draft was going to shape up to be, but at this point, Bangbush does have some options.
I have a feeling about a new wreck. I don't know why.
Whoa! There's Blaze! And now Blaze and Rehgar. A lot of Rehgar priority here today. Rehgar, last I checked, still one of the top 3 win rate heroes in Storm League in the current patch of Heroes of the Storm, and Blaze continually dominating the offlane meta.
I think people are afraid to kill his totems. They nerfed the totems so much, the health. They're way easier to kill. I still see people in SL just not killing the totems immediately when he drops them.
That's true of every non-hero that's important to kill. Nobody hits Varian banners, nobody hits Gazlo turrets, Rehgar totems, Nazebo wall. Like, so many people will just sit there in Nazebo wall and just panic when they could just hit the zombies and walk out. It's a similar deal.
Like, I feel like Rehgar, he's great in comp right now, but he's a lot less successful in comp than he is in SL.
So, Grits, I gotta say, there's a pattern that I'm noticing here with Granit Gaming, in that we have 2 highly aggressive heroes in Karazim and Muradin, able to really just jump forward and play dive, and then you have the Dahaka. I'm thinking an invade is in the works. If not for first Sapper Camp, then definitely for second Sapper Camp. It wouldn't surprise me if we start to see bloodshed as early as a minute into this game right here. I think Granit Gaming is in a strong position to step forward and try to steal those Sappers and just set the tone for this last game of the day.
Why wait for a minute? Just backdoor the bomb bell tower before 10 seconds.
Right. I can safely say I don't think I've ever seen a team do that and succeed, regardless.
I've done it once successfully, because, so here's the thing, the wall blows up when you do it, so you can retreat down through the bottom wall
I'm sure
afterwards, and then go back and defend. But you have to have somebody stopping the enemy team's rotation if they showed mid.
I think that if I were to try that in my GM games, it would maybe work if the entire enemy team had recently ingested some Ambien. Outside of that, I am not quite sure that we'd be able to pull it off. Lauber gonna go ahead and pick up the Diablo, and Skoog on that Sylvanas. Vala Maiev gonna round out the drafts right here. Okay, I still think those are not classically dive heroes, at least not Vala, but I still think we're gonna see that Sapper invade.
Well, do you really need Vala to be a dive hero here? If you're applying enough pressure, Vala can kind of just have free reign. And Maiev, Muradin, Karazim, that is such a gnarly in-your-face group of heroes that as long as Sylvan, well, you do have Sylvanas, Lunar, Diablo now on the other side, so they could dive past, but it's tough, especially with if 7-sided's on the table with the Diablo. There's a good chance you might just get bursted down.
Burst damage, always such a concern. Smexy, we saw him play that Karazim, I want to say twice last week in this past weekend. I think it's going to be a consistent threat. The 7-sided strikes are instant. The positioning is aggro. You know what you're getting from Smexy.
I was about to ask, was he going 7-sided? Because
he was indeed going 7-sided and just absolutely blowing anybody up that they could get their hands on. That's how that character works. Whenever it doesn't matter if you've got a full Souls Diablo with Soul Shield, you're still doing the exact same amount of his health proportionally as you would to anybody else with that 7-sided strike, provided he's the only target.
Yeah, if somebody's caught in that, they're losing half their max health.
Yep, so for those of you in the chat who want some quick maths thrown at you, 7-sided strike, believe it or not, strikes 7 times for 7% damage, leading you to, follow me now, 7 strikes for 7% damage, 49% HP overall. Making FullOnGritz a liar, as he said half, and that's not quite there.
Yeah, no, glass half empty.
Glass 49% full.
Assuming Karazim punched them at least once within that time frame before or after 7-sided, it's about half their health.
Yeah, it's close enough. I'm just giving you a hard time. As now coming into our final game of the day, as after what's been such a fun series overall, as it always is here with Masters Clash, we have Bishops on the Lunara. Henning going to be playing Rhaegar. Swamp Grota on that Blaze. Lauber on Diablo, and Skoog playing Sylve. On the other hand, for Granite Gaming, who we got, Grits?
We have Breeze on the... I actually lost track who that is. Is that Muradin? That's Muradin.
It is indeed Muradin.
We got Poik on Maev. We have Wubby on Dahaka. And we've got Smexy on Karazim. And Azerite on Vala.
I just try to help him out as much as he can. Because of how we have to do this caster setup, friends, Grits is only able to see what's on my screen via a Discord share, so it is a little bit harder for him to do. Don't give him too much of a hard time here. Now, Breeze
When I lose
out.
a slight amount of resolution on the Muradin skin, I'm like, what hero is that?
I don't blame you at all. This is an early push already from Skoog. We'll get storm bolted by a flanking Breeze, as well as the instantaneous follow-up from Smexy. Everybody's going to be okay. Nobody dropping down just quite yet. Maev also got a little bit of pressure onto Blaze in that top lane, as well as this mid clear. Now, multiple members of Granite Gaming dropping down a bit. Azerite's certainly going to want to use that Healing Fountain tap if he's got it available. Poik getting started with these sappers. He does have Nisha's Memento, so that does aid in his camp clear very, very well. And you can see the formation for the invade. Dahaka would love to follow up on this. Granite Gaming, they've got vision. Blaze already rotating down Swamp Grota, aware that if he stays top lane, Dahaka will out-rotate him. The invade is only threatened. It does not go all the way through. Blaze rotating back into Soak. Dahaka never leaving that top lane.
Yeah, good lane prio on the Blaze. It just made it not worth it for the Dahaka to rotate.
Oh, Lauber instantly flipping a Poik who flanks him through the bush, tanking a bunch of punches from Smexy, and he's like, bro, I'm Diablo, I'm fine. You're gonna need a couple more Nephilim if you wish to beat me, Smexy. Now, with both teams trading for damage here, Lauber fishing for the wallbang onto Azerite. I said fishing for hooks too many times before, and it just got me messed up. Lauber now taking a lot of damage. In the meantime, gets jumped on by Breeze and Smexy, and there's that forward mobility dive that we talked about. First blood taking out Lauber in favor of Granite Gaming.
I predict this game is going to be a massacre. Both these teams want to just run each other down. I think the biggest threat for Granite Gaming is a dive build Sylvanas with following up on a Diablo, and also not being able to catch the Lunar. The Lunar being able to just kite and burst damage people with choking pollen.
Skoog and Swamp Grota getting started with this Sapper camp right here before our next objective as Wubby soaks out a mid lane. And now, certainly, because Sylve and Blaze are so far from this bot turn-in, I think at best the role of the members of Bangbush are to stall this objective, as Sylve will clearly play for the interrupt. And hold on, here we see a stun combo onto Breeze. Smexy allowed to get the full capture with no play for the interrupt. Sylvanas still top lane, starting to get chased down by Wubby. Skoog trying to get a little bit of sidestep in, trying to run Serpentine. Oh, jukes out the Dahaka tongue with the use and aid of a haunting shadow wave. Will be able to escape. Still one more altar active. All they need to do on the side of Granite Gaming is simply go ahead and lock it in. There's going to be a fight breaking out in bottom.
Oh, looks like Azerite took... Oh, but I might have been wrong about the Lunara. She just got bursted down immediately.
Bishop's getting absolutely popped by the aggression of Granite Gaming. Smexy so terrifying on that Karazim, and Breeze love to play with that aggression as well. You can tell that this pick potential is only going to get better and better as seven-sided strike is going to be added as an element to the game. You gotta help but wonder if Henning can hit some of these Ancestrals on time to save people. That's gonna be a major element of this game right here. Breeze with a very aggressive scouting, and you know, again, anytime you've got a Dahaka, you're always thinking about the invade, so Blaze lurking nearby, not wanting to get out-rotated by that Dahaka.
You do gotta talk about trading value here. They lost the Lunara, but Blaze has been getting so much lane prio in his offlane. He just has such faster wave clear. He was able to cap the altar and still out-rotate the Dahaka in double soak.
And now a little bit of damage being traded back and forth here as both teams would like to protect their Sapper camp. Sapper's very aggressively positioned for the side of Granite Gaming, very deep in lane. Both team Sappers just melting out right here. Nobody quite able to get a pick off on anybody else. We do. Oh, hold on a second. Here's Lauber flanking onto Poik on that. Maiev lands the wall stun, but Vault to the Warden gonna be able to buy him some more time. Poik thinking about going back in, doesn't do it. Lauber will go down, making it 3 kills to 0 in favor of Granit Gaming.
Here's the problem that Bangbush has to deal with. If they don't immediately get a kill, they're gonna have to run for their lives and hope they get away. And it's very hard to get away from this team.
Oh, Stormbolt from Breeze connects onto Bishop's. Poik able to get the Umbral Bind, even in spite of Henning's Purge. Well timed, but it's just not quite enough. There's 7-sided strike, adding a little bit of extra damage. It's a 1-for-1 between these two teams, but Svamp's gonna change that as he goes down 2-for-1 in favor of Granit.
I really liked the containment disc there inside the 7-sided. Ooh, Breeze is in trouble.
Dahaka getting a capture at the top shrine as Breeze does go down. Dahaka going to walk on out of here. Smexy and Poik also retreating at the same time.
Yeah, I think Dahaka wants to get ahead of the curve here. He's going to be out wave cleared by Blaze pretty hard until 13. At 13, Dahaka gets significantly better wave clear as long as he plays around the bushes. Which will help mitigate that issue quite a bit.
Now Dahaka and Lunara. Wubby getting bullied a little bit by Bishops right here. Bishops doing their best to keep their distance, not stepping into tongue range, but here's Lauber pressuring out onto Maiev. Poik able to jump to his Shade of Vengeance. Oh, wait a minute, gonna die to poison. He's not even gonna try to run. He just knew he was down for the count. Healing Fountain was too far. Poik, or Smexy was back in the base. No way he was gonna be able to get that healing. Just drops, accept his fate, and goes down, immediately setting up Bangbush for the invade on the enemy sappers. Ooh, attempted stun combo.
Put in the corner, able to jump out.
And here we see Skoog already shutting off this bottom bell tower right now with the black arrows, trying to set up whatever they can. Breeze also here as well. Svamp here just in case the Dahaka decides to rotate in. There he is from Wubby. Isolation lands onto Blaze, mid-Umbral Bind Tug. So much damage getting traded back and forth. Ancestral Healing onto Rehgar. Containment Disc onto Blaze. A lot of ults being traded. Not a lot of dying though. Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna see that a lot. Just both teams engaging at the same time.
Yep, both teams just want to go ahead and be aggressive at the drop of a hat. It's in their game plan. Lauber going in onto Dahaka. Will get the follow-up from Swamp. Looking for the pressure onto Wubby. Skoog, though, very aggressive with the Wailing Arrow onto the backline of Granit Gaming. Now Lauber trading hits back and forth. Dahaka scurrying on out of here, getting chased down by Swamp as the kills continue. Swamp looking for the pickoff onto Wubby. Maiev also going down here. Jet Propulsion lands onto Wubby in the backline. At this point, Swamp is just keeping him here so that at this point he can just stagger him. Wubby getting ready to go down. Swamp holding on to him. Swamp doesn't want to kill Wubby, not for a while, but there it is right there. Swamp holding on to the Wubby stagger, allowing him to die significantly later than his teammates. Smexy's getting caught out at the same time by multiple members of Bangbush. Will go down. The poison's ticking. Wow. I thought he might have gotten a heal off in time, but no, the Breath of Heaven not able to come up to save Karazim. Azerite's very low. Backing right here. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
She's got to have the poison. She's got to have the extra.
How many times, Bishops, are you going to poison someone and just leave them to contemplate their mistakes? Oh, my gosh.
Was that 3 in a row, 4 in a row who have just died in their base with poison?
By my count, that is 3 different members, all different members of Granit Gaming, sitting there dying to the poison. Dwarf Toss gets interrupted by Lauber onto Breeze, who doesn't, Breeze. He did have Avatar, but he didn't bother to press it right there. Wow, getting taken out by Bangbush.
You just don't want to walk in front of those walls.
Lauber looking like an absolute terror on this Diablo. Bishops just picking up kills with that poison. You love to see a 2-level lead for Bangbush, as well as a 12 core HP lead.
It's better for Granit Gaming to give up that mid fort earlier to get it back faster before the objective, at least ideally. Will that happen? Who knows? They might just lose 6 shots here.
And now Bangbush going over, invading the enemy Granite Gaming sappers. Granite Gaming working to take their middle bell tower back before Bangbush will have the opportunity to take advantage of it with a capture. Blaze taking out top siege. Level 16 advantage. What's up?
Granit needs to retake control of this map. They're behind pretty much everywhere on the map, but it's not quite that dire yet.
Still level 16 advantage. Nearly a 2-level lead for Bangbush right now. Blaze very heavily rotating the extremely safe path. Doesn't want to get caught anywhere between these lanes because he's not 100% sure where all the different members of Granite Gaming are. And now at this point, all 5 members of Bangbush forming up towards this bottom half of the map. Swamp Grota just going to watch the flank, it seems. No, he's actually coming up right here. And this is going to be a boss taken out by the members of Granite Gaming.
Granit just wants to take it off the map. I don't think they care about the shots. They just don't want the shots to be against them.
Yep, 32 health and 28 health are almost the same thing, but 15 health and 11 health are not. And wow, that is a dive onto Dahaka in the kill zone, and they just don't care. Bangbush picking up kills. Oh, Stormbolt into 7-sided strike. Lobber, oh, he got the ancestral healing, but it's just not in time. Doesn't go off. Lobber will go down. He did have souls, so he's already respawned. Poik now yanking and heading, sensing up a kill. Wow. Already one member dead on each team right now.
Kind of in trouble here.
Smexy's gonna be fine. He's got the breath of heaven. He will be a-okay. And at this point, Dahaka's set to respawn soon, but Regar, with that Henning, he's still got another 30 seconds before he's up. And if all 3 of these shrines go over to the side of Bangbush, then that's just game right then and there. Send it home.
Dahaka did not burrow yet. He just left the pool.
Containment disc from Poik used onto Lobber, trying to be very aggro there. Blaze immediately going to start capturing the shrine as soon as he can. Will get interrupted by Breeze.
If I'm Granit.
Yep, just absolutely step on the throats of them. Try to finish Granite off if you're the side of Bangbush, and try to prevent that from happening if you're Granite. Isolation comes out onto Swamp, who still gets the bunker cast off. Regardless of that, Skoog able to jump out right there. Granite Gaming actually able to secure both of the other altars, but not going to get this one. Will drop down to 7 core HP now.
But here's...
Granit's
going to get that kill on Skoog. There's no way.
No, Skoog gets the ancestral healing. 7-sided strike by Smexy to buy them some time as they are very low HP. But Azurite, look at them. How many times? How many times are we seeing this poison? Apocalypse gonna come out from Lobber as well. So much happening, but still Azurite is dead. Maev will be next. 2 kills in favor of Bangbush right here. Let's zoom out a bit. Breeze getting chased. Smexy getting chased. Will go down. Oh, Breeze trying to finish off Skoog. Not gonna have it.
Camps are up. This could be. This could be 6. Yeah.
At this point, 2 sapper camps are up. I can't help but think that unless a massive disaster happens on the side of Bangbush, they're going to be able to waltz these sappers right in for the most part. Ooh, they actually will need to use their sappers to clear this out.
Yeah, I think they want to take top and mid at this point.
Oh, Wubby, no! The continued
Wubby just
stagger.
dies. Never mind.
Stagger
the
from
sappers
Granite
will go in.
Level 20 advantage. Only 3 of these sappers are going to go in, bringing the core HP of Granite down to 4. The other sappers are going to send themselves in. But of course, as Gritz, you just pointed out, this is a 1-cap game. Granite Gaming needs to play a 4v5 down level 20 soon and capture both of these altars to just not lose. Not even to win, just to avoid losing. This is Bangbush's game for the taking.
The annoying totem stopping them from progressing towards the... Look, Breeze died there, but you can't blame him for any of that.
Yeah, at that point, it's just a desperation, trying to get whatever they
Yeah.
can. They knew, hey, this almost certainly is us walking into our imminent doom, but if they get that cap, we lose anyway. They're splitting up as
Yeah.
hard as possible. Poik, a little bit of a stone face right there, just kind of
Yeah.
relaxing, hanging out with the members of Bangbush.
Over. Dance party.
Not even a dance, like it's just standing still, and that's gonna be game number 2, final series of the day, going in favor of Bangbush, completing the 2-0 over Granit Gaming.
Yeah, that's a tough position. That's a map where, unless those turnarounds turn into big macro gains, you are stuck in a constantly getting back your own bell tower situation, and that was kind of where Granite ended up towards the second half of that game.
Absolutely, and I just want to say some highlights of that for me. Lunara has been getting a lot of bans here in these Masters Clash games.
Yeah.
And I've been like seeing, okay, you know, these players very obviously place high priority on this Lunara. Let's see it in action. I want to see a Lunara balling out to the point that shows she deserves this ban respect. And that's exactly what I got from Bishops here in this game right there. Just nobody was safe. You've got the solo heal Kharazim, not able to keep yourselves alive into that poison, just knowing that you're doomed as you sit there in the backline, finishing you off. Huge damage, huge pressure right there. And I gotta say also, shout out to Swamp Grota. Every time Wubby was threatening the invade, Wubby and Granite Gaming were threatening the invade, stepping up there like Dahaka was gonna Z in, Swamp Grota was already there as Blaze, just saying, hey, I've got so much wave clear. And I'll actually point this out specifically a bit with the talents. Swamp Grota very wisely talenting a certain way to ensure that he had enough wave clear to be able to match that rotational speed, the global threat of the Dahaka, making sure that Granite Gaming at no point in the early game was able to take a 5v4, despite really wishing that they could with how that comp was structured. We have our post-game scoreboard. I'm going to show it right here. What's up, Grits?
It just completely defeats the entire purpose of taking Dahaka in that situation, plus you're out macro, like you're out soaking him.
So let's take a look here at Blaze 1 and 4. We have Adrenaline Stim Pack increasing Blaze's attack speed, and then you
well
simultaneously
80% health,
and just the active as well to
and
be
you
able
can
to pop
activate
that.
it to double it. Yep.
And then you got Incinerator Gauntlets as well, increasing the basic attack area and damage to those minion waves. So with this combination of getting more auto attacks faster that hit harder, this increases your wave clear speed, which is very, very important because the faster you clear your wave, the faster you can rotate to the rest of your team if they're being threatened by a global. So I just want to say from Swamp Grota, that is excellent recognition of the situation at hand, of the threat that was there, and excellent ability to tool their kit around that and tool their playstyle around that. Very well done by the members of Bangbush.
And it can't be understated that Blaze has respectable wave clear without those two talents. When you add those two talents in, you're a machine in those lanes. Like you're clearing those very fast.
It's not a machine, there's a man in there.
Yeah, I mean, a man controlling a machine.
Damn. Raising ethical questions about cyborgs everywhere. Full on Grits. Grits, thank you for casting with me here today for these final 3 series out of 4 overall for today, Saturday, Masters Clash. Thank you very much, bud.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for having me.
Would you like to shill yourself, shout out anything?
Not really. I mean, I play on the NGS team Running Wild. We're going to be playing our finals for our division. I actually don't even know on what day. I think on like Friday or something of this week, towards the end of the week. And sometimes I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/FullOnGritz. But I might do more casting on there, but we're kind of in the off season for casting. At least in NGS wise.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for being a part of this here today, Full on Grits. I appreciate you. Have a good one, bud.
Yeah, have a wonderful night, Mockery.
See you later. Alrighty, that wraps up today's games. Let's go ahead and take another look at the standings now that they've been updated to reflect the entirety of today. Bang Bush still in position number 3. The number 1, 2, and 3 teams look the same as they did before, but Bang Bush has caught up to Oxygen significantly, and Chili Mountain has extended their lead. And let's take a look at the schedule for tomorrow. Friends, unfortunately, I will be unavailable to cast tomorrow. I'm taking my mom and my mother-in-law out to get some food, get a little bit of jewelry. You know, you got to treat them right for Mother's Day. That's how it is. I hope a happy Mother's Day is also what's going to be in store for the rest of you here today. And for those of you who are going to be watching Masters Clash, I hope you have an enjoyable time with our other very talented casters that are also on this series. And also, friends, just before we wrap it up, one last thing. I'm also doing CCL. And you might be like, but Mockery, they happen on the same days. They happen at the same times even. I think they overlap a little. That's going to be a lot, right? Isn't it? True. Okay, I am casting Masters Clash live every weekend. That's going to be the plan. And then the following days, Monday and Tuesday, we're actually going to be recapping CCL. So I'm going to be watching CCL. The very first session is going to start off with Cascon, who has been with us here on the stream before. Cascon played in CCL a little bit. He has experience in HGC Open Division. And he was also coached by Cavalier Guest, just like you, boy. Cascon is going to help us do some CCL post-game review. So we're going to be casting Masters Clash live every weekend, and then Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be going over the Saturday and Sunday CCL games for a little bit of after look, you know, just post-game review, getting that analysis in. It's not going to be your typical casting commentary hype, but I do think that's going to be really, really good stuff. If you just like Heroes of the Storm Esports, if you want to get better at the game, and this is the place to be. In all honesty, this is where to be. We've got everything. We've got MC, we've got CCL, we've got the casting, we've got the analysis. It's all going to be there. I hope to see you there when we do get that started this upcoming Monday, noon Central. Noon US Central Time, we're going to start out with our CCL post-game review. And again, I will not be there tomorrow for Sunday's MC games. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for that. Alrighty. You all go ahead and have a fantastic day. I'm going to start looking for a raid target for us here. Thank you for being here and joining me here for these games of Masters Clash. Alrighty, friends. Follow Grubby on his channel is CCL. We're just going to send y'all right on over there. Keeping the HOTS Esports action going. You all have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.